Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Perky Collar YouTube station on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to go over holeless belts, why they're beneficial, why they're better, and some options of our higher-end Italian calfskin options. So first of all, what is a holeless belt? So number one, the main difference between a holeless belt and a regular belt is that a holeless belt runs on a track system. So why is that beneficial to you? Well, because you can adjust the belt quarter inch up and quarter inch down instead of having to rely on holes that are typically an inch apart. So how does this work? This is a chocolate brown bison leather Italian calfskin belt. It's a mouthful. But it's just such a beautiful belt. You can see the lighting, how it hits it, the beautiful texture of the belt. This belt's a little wider than your traditional belt. It's great on jeans, great with chocolate brown shoes or boots, but just a beautiful belt. And then the way you get out of it, there's a lever, if you can see right here. There's a lever in the bottom right-hand corner. You pull the lever away from you. So pull it this way towards the screen. Pull that, and then just pull the belt out. And what ends up happening without the belt, and you can see I push this button, and this little lever you can see is moving. So what it basically does is it locks in place, nice and strong, and then I pull the lever, and it unlocks. So nice and simple. This comes in 9 different colors. So we start off with the chocolate brown. And then we also have a bison leather that's more of a cognac, which is a pretty belt as well. That's how it looks. And again, let's just see what it looks like once you put it through the buckle. Looks like this. Also very pretty. Again, you can see the texture on the belt. Again, if this is full bison leather, it would be $400 to $600. So this is embossed. Some of these are alligator embossed, but this is bison leather. The leather itself is bison, but the texture itself is not an animal. It's just the pattern of, and that's what keeps the price down. And it smells like leather. So that's how you know it's the real deal. All right, next one is, this is going to be an alligator emboss. It's like the single humpback, I think is what they're called. Alligator embossed. Again, not full alligator. Full alligator would be $600. Again, all the belts I'm going to show you today all run on that track system. The alligator ones are unique because they have a really cool buckle that also have set screws. So the way this buckle works is you lift it up and slide it out. So this is a 45-inch belt. So if you're 43, 44-inch waist or smaller, you just trim it to whatever the measurement is and cut it. And once you cut it, you just put it back in this buckle, then you refasten it. And then once you have it trimmed to fit, then you put the set screws in. What set screws do is they prevent you from, when you drop the buckle on the ground every time you're getting dressed in the morning, it prevents the buckle from getting wobbly. So it's just another way to help the belt last longer and look newer longer. So that's it's like a cherry brown, very pretty. It's got some dark markings in it. So if you have some cherry brown shoes that have maybe darker edges or it gets darker as it goes up, this is a great belt for that type of shoe. Again, you want your shoes to match your belt, or your belt to match your shoes, I should say. So sometimes that's challenging because there's so many shades of brown. This is a great belt because there are so many shades of brown that has a little bit of the lighter brown and the darker brown. So it allows you, if you're traveling and you only want to take one belt with you and you want to take a couple different shades of brown shoes, this belt's nice because you can wear this belt with a couple different shades. You can see how pretty that is. It's got that cognac, it's got that light brown, it's got that chocolate brown all within the belt. So this is a very pretty belt. It's an alligator embossed also. Again, embossed means it has a pattern of alligator, but it's not a full alligator belt. Again, you'll spend $400 to $600 if you get a full alligator belt. So that's all the brown. The last one I have is this one. It's called Harrington. It kind of has that, I call it like a wicker basket weave type look to it. So you can see what it looks like. This is more of a cognac, so it's a lighter brown. There's a lot of loafers that have the same pattern on them. So this is a great belt for if you're buying for someone or buying for yourself. And you have that pattern that you're looking to match. So that's a perfect match. And this one, actually, the buckle is not silver like the other ones. This is a little bit more of a bronze buckle. So if you want more of a subtle buckle that doesn't stand out as much, this is a great buckle for that. The buckles are not interchangeable. Some of the belts they are, but because it has a leather strap on it, it's intended to stay with the belt. All right, next we'll go to black. This is a black alligator embossed belt. It does have little gray accents, as you can see, some charcoal gray, lighter gray in there, but it is a black belt. This one also has the set screws. Also has a locking mechanism. All the alligator embossed belts have that same buckle. It's a little bit longer, but you can see that single hump. It's very popular with the alligator belts. Beautiful belt. All right, we have 3 more black belts, and then we're all finished. This is a nice, short, and sweet live for you. Next one's going to be the bison leather. Again, this one, the buckle does not have the set screws. This belt's a little wider, too. All the bison leather belts I've shown you so far are a little wider, so they're great when you wear jeans. They're great if the belt loops are just a little bit bigger. And this, it's bison leather. So the leather is still Italian calfskin, but it's made of bison leather instead. And the texture is nice on there as well. Okay. And we have 2 more black belts. We have another one that has that same Harrington pattern, like those loafer pattern. Now we're back to the buckle that has the set screws. So it's the Harrington and the alligator emboss all have the set screws. So you can see that pattern. See if I get a little closer so you can really see that nice and close. You have some loafers or some shoes that have that pattern. Try to get the light to hit it just right so you can see the pattern that it has. Let me show you what it looks like when you put it through the buckle. And that's what you end up with. Again, beautiful belt. Italian calfskin. Buckle is very sleek. And again, those set screws are nice because, again, in general, we don't think about it. We drop that buckle on the ground every morning when we're getting dressed. And that buckle takes a lot of abuse. And over time, the buckle fails because it's hit the ground so much. This one's a really cool pattern. This is actually a serpent or a snake texture. And you can actually feel the scales of the snake on this belt. These are all handmade. So it's a really nice texture to it. This is black. And then around the scales themselves of the snake is a little lighter, a little more of a gray. But if you have some serpent boots or snake shoes, this would be a great belt to wear with that. And that's it. Those are all the belts I have for you today. Again, these are all $225, all Italian calfskin, all holeless. And all the belts come with the set screws except for the bison leather ones. I appreciate you tuning in. I don't have these belts on the website, so just message me either via email, info@perkyllc.com, or you can go to the website and shoot me a message that way. And then the website itself is perkyllc.com. And I appreciate you tuning in. Any questions, reach out to me via one of those 2 ways, either via website or via email. I do have at least one of each in stock. I have a couple of some of them, but I don't have a lot of any of them. But they're great belts. Anyone that's bought a belt from me in the past buys a second or a third or a fourth because they fall in love with the adjustability. Again, the biggest key to holeless belts is you can adjust 1/4 inch up and 1/4 inch down. And that's the biggest problem when you're sitting for a long time. If you're at an airport and you're in an airplane for a while, if you're driving for a while, if you're at your desk from 9 to 5, 2-3 hour stretches at a time, every time you eat, you're stretching. And all it's doing is putting pressure on that belt, stretching that hole, which has caused those ugly stretch marks, and it's caused it to crack and split. And the stores don't care. The stores just want to sell you a new belt every 6 months because it's a broken system, and they have no intention of offering holeless belts in stores because they know they can sell you a new belt every 6 months instead. So I'm an inventor. I invented the Perky collar back in 2015, and I partner with other inventors from all across the country because I love innovation. I love the fact that we've solved problems. It's just sad that stores continue to sell broken systems just so they can sell you more product. I love the innovation side. I love the education side, so you understand why a belt is breaking. It's not you. It's meant to fail. So if you're sitting, if you're eating, which we all do, you're just naturally tearing the belt up. And if it's two-sided, which some people ask me, can you do a black and brown side? You can't because it's got the track on one side. Plus, keep in mind, if it's black on one side and brown on the other, you're just tearing it up twice as fast. That belt probably will last you 3 months. There's polyurethane out there. There's genuine leather out there. Those are all low-grade leather belts. And polyurethane is not even leather. So this is all Italian calfskin. That's what brings the price up. But it's going to last a lot longer, and it'll look so much nicer, and you'll get a ton of compliments as a result. Again, thank you for tuning in. This is the YouTube channel for Perky Collar, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.